Right, let's get some analysis on this from Marian Duris, who is on the line from Bratislava and is a foreign policy analyst and advisor to members of the European Parliament. Appreciate you joining me. So, Marian, was securing Finland against possible Russian aggression, would you say that was the biggest issue for voters going into this election?
If we see these two candidates who got to the second round of presidential elections, there is no huge difference between them. And yes, as you said, foreign policy, international relations and war in Ukraine was a very significant topic of campaign. So I understand it will be important as well before second round and in the results of second round. And what we will see, we saw some percentages according to candidates who got their votes. Okay, it can be really different than in the first round. We will see.
A lot of the people who've been commenting, experts and members of the public, you hear NATO, NATO, NATO. Given that Finland and Russia share such a long stretch of border, it's above 1,300 kilometres. Even though they're members of NATO now, does that really offer much protection to Finland if there was some sort of land assault, as was seen in Ukraine?
Yes, it was a huge event when Finland entered NATO, and this public opinion changed much after February 22. For example, there was and there is one significant and important political party, which is Finns party. Its candidate, by the way, finished the third in first round with 18 or 19%, I think. This party is quite opposite to NATO membership. They had opinion what about neutrality and continuing of this neutrality. And after February 22, this opinion has been changed, and we see it on these two candidates of second round as well. Their opinions are very similar in this case in the topics of security, in the topics of foreign policy, and in orientation in the European politics and transatlantic politics as well. So there are just very little shades of differences between two candidates.
As you said, they're very similar in most parts. I was digging through the details there. I found a couple of differences in their policy. So when it comes to nuclear weapons, Stubb is in support of Finland having nuclear weapons in the country. Haa-visto isn't. And also they differ on conscription for young people. What's the public opinion on this? Because these small details could make the difference as to who becomes the president. What kind of public appetite is there when it comes to how far they will allow NATO to put troops, maybe nuclear weapons, on Finnish territory?
I would divide this question on two levels. First level is Finland signed the defense cooperation agreement with the United States before few weeks. So it's one level of their dealing with security challenges. And the second level is, as you said, this NATO membership and maybe possession of nuclear weapons maybe in the future. And yes, there is a differences between these two candidates. What about Mr. Stubb? He is, I think, against this idea, and it's very connected with his membership of his political party in a European political faction of EPP. And this faction is a really pro-Atlantic, pro-American leaning faction, what we see according their voting and opinions. And the second candidate, Mr. Haa-visto, it was Mr. Stubb was for pro these nuclear weapons, and Haa-visto was against it because he is belonging to Greens party, which belongs to Green European Party as well. And their opinions what about nuclear weapons are really negative. So that's connected with his opinions as well.
Marian, appreciate your expertise and time. Marian Duris, European Parliament advisor, my guest.
Thank you very much.